Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's episode 52, the season finale of season 1. I have, of course, Hickory, the drunken underwhelming. We got the VCO crew here. Of course, Collen and GW join me as always, but we also have Pierre, Vachon, Kevin McTaggart, and Ryan Kenyon on the show. So let's not waste any time. Let's get it. That's right, everybody. 52 episodes of this fucking thing. Holy shit. We didn't think we were going to make it past the first week. Anyways, we're here with a great show tonight. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to get right into it. We're going to catch up with the boys, see how they're doing. We're going to check in with the business up north to see how they're doing staffing-wise. We're going to talk about a certain wrestling celebrity that people would like to see run for president. We're also going to talk about Disney and their choice in wokage lately. But without further ado, we will welcome our first host to our spotlight stage. Please welcome me in joining Mr. GW Foley.
Hey, how's it going?
Yay!
Yay!
Yes, it is I, GW Foley, as the screens move around and I'm finally in place. I'm starting to get dizzy, starting to get a little motion sickness. But that's okay. It's fine because the VCO is here. Never fear.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes. So I got some stuff to talk about. First off, let me just say I went for a ride this past weekend to my hometown of Springfield, Vermont. It was a nice drive. It was beautiful out. So I had the podcast cranking, cruising down this road in my 6'4". Yeah, it wasn't a 6'4". I wish it was. And then I got to the town of Ludlow, Vermont, and got hit with a fucking coin drop. And how the fuck are these things legal? Every time I'm just like, this is literally the definition of highway robbery. Like you are making me stop to dig for change in my fucking ashtray so you can support whatever fucking business or whatever have you. And it needs to stop. The worst part is, so I went through the first time and I'm like, all right, well, by the time I come back, it should be gone, right? No, it doesn't. It was still there, and I had to fucking pay more change. I gave them like $5 in change. They're like, leave me the fuck alone. Sick of you. That, and on my drive, I got hungry. So I stopped at a convenience store. And let me tell you, when you're on a restricted diet, there isn't a lot of food that you can actually eat. No one told me that. I guess I could have probably figured it out because I'm dumb like that. So I ended up having to get a fucking sandwich and throwing out the bread, where I just felt like just a waste. I was like, why can't I just get, I don't know, some hard-boiled eggs or like something nice? But no, this convenience store doesn't have things like that. Fuck the healthy. But the most important thing is I accidentally killed a friend of mine this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. So long story short, my friend and I were in a bar a couple years ago, and they had a big tribute to Dale Earnhardt, number 3, who passed away in a tragic car racing accident. I snapped a picture of him, my friend, at the memorial for Dale Earnhardt and tagged it respects to number 3. It came up in my way back when history post where they're like, oh, hey, this. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool to remember. And so I shared the photo and put a caption, rest in peace, number 3, thinking everyone would know that we're talking about Dale fucking Earnhardt. No. I got private messages. People tagged the post being like, "Oh my God, Ryan died." And then he came on and said that he thought he died for a second, and I'm just like, "Come on, really?" So I accidentally killed my friend, and don't ever do an RIP post with a friend posted in it because people don't read shit. That's gonna be my time because I want to get to the rest of the guys. Let's turn it over to Collen and see how his week was.
Hey, gentlemen, how we
doing?
Hey.
I gotta be honest, my week was fantastic. If you guys didn't hear the news, I'm officially the 47th Bridgewater Raft Race champion. Thank you very much. It occurred to me that becoming the 47th champion, we now have had more Bridgewater Raft Race champions than presidents. It's kind of a little alarming. Raft race, for those you don't know, in Bridgewater, we build our own raft. You race it down the river. It starts with a cannon fire. And, I've spent a good amount of my life in New York. And occasionally I'll have New York, I don't know what the isms maybe is the thing for it. So I was at the raft race and I was trying to explain something. And when I get passionate, I oftentimes use my hands to try to talk. And I said to this guy, we got to do that. I said, you know what I'm saying? And the guy goes like this to me. Gabagool, gabagool, gabagool. And I'm like, that was a completely normal response. And I looked at him confused. And he's like, sorry, I guess it's all I got. It's like when you're talking to a British person and all of a sudden someone's like, hey, mate, I don't know, mate. What do you think? It's like, don't just start talking with a bad British accent. Like, don't say gabagool 3 times. I don't say gabagool. I say capricola. It's funny. I do love New York. I think it's funny that so many people right now are saying like New York is dead. You know, that's the thing. They're like, New York is dead and it's never coming back. It'll never come back. And you're not going to see people want to move to New York anymore. And it's all going to die. And it's like, I just don't know about that because like as a Vermonter who moved to New York at the age of 18, it was a very unique experience. And I think I had an experience in New York that I probably wouldn't have had anywhere else. I can't imagine like 10 years from now, some kid's going to be like, yeah, I'm from Indiana and I plan on just working from home in Indiana for the rest of my life. Like, do I have any interest in moving to a major metropolis or like going to New York? No, I don't. I just Indiana. That's it. Work from home. I can take a lot of Zoom calls. It'll be great. No, people are going to go to places where there's theater, where there's, people. I just think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that. We're taking a little bit right now. We did a show the other night, which is great at Artistry. Exciting to start seeing, things come back and live programming. I started thinking, wouldn't it be funny if like you saw Bush come out for like a benefit concert? And then like he tries to like cover Sinatra, like with the band. Like, hey, let's do that song everybody loves. Fly me to the moon. Let me play amongst the stars. Ooh, hey, look who's back. That's my impression of Bush. If you asked me to do an impression of Biden, I'd probably be like, hey, how you doing? I'm your president, Barack Biden. Good to meet you, man. If you asked me to do an impression of Clinton, I would just be like, I'm Bill Clinton, but it also sounds and looks a lot like George W. Bush. I'm starting to feel like you only need like one impression to do the president. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Yeah, that's pretty much been my thing. I was thinking it was funny. I'd share a story about kind of like my love-hate relationship in New York. I was going to move my car maybe a couple months ago, and in the neighborhood, and I went out to move my car, and as I'm walking out, I see this woman standing on the corner, very beautiful woman, and there's kind of a guy standing behind her, and I realize it's Jennifer Lawrence, the actress. And so I'm kind of looking at her, and she looks at me, and we kind of have this moment. I thought to myself, how cool is that? That's Jennifer Lawrence right there, you know? And she's such an amazing actress. Seems like a really cool person. And wow, what a great little New York moment right there, you know? And I get out to my car and I look and I have a $165 parking ticket. And I'm like, fuck you, New York. I fucking hate you. You gotta be shitting me. Give it up your race, Martin Lawrence. But, you know, that's how it goes. 1 minute you're on top of the world, the next minute, you know, the world's on you or whatever. But it was great to share the stage this past weekend with the reason we all get together every week. So without further ado, I'd like to bring it over to the man of the hour, Hickory, the drunk and underwhelming.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for all being here. This is awesome. Fucking 52 weeks of underwhelmingness. It's been quite the journey. I'm not going to do any magic. I hate to disappoint everybody who was looking forward to that. I decided to underwhelmingly edit a short little 5-minute thingy of a season 1 compilation, as you would say, of some finer moments, some moments that didn't go great. And yeah, we'll just check it out, and we'll be back in a second.
I was surprised that you didn't come onto the show and have a beard that was...
Okay, that was If It Works. Oh, nope, that's not. Okay.
So many memories.
Yeah, that was a hell of a season, guys.
I remember that moment.
Yeah.
Surprised
just gonna replay that.
Come onto the show and have a beard that was like down to the
I
top
have
of
to be
your chest.
honest. I am not convinced G-Dub has pants on. I'm like,
I don't.
Drink too much and just literally stand. I have dressed up. I could tell you right now I'm wearing matching shoes. You don't have a clue. Meanwhile, the whole bottom is just nothing. Like there's nothing there. It's amazing. It's actually one of the greatest things about what's happened is the fact that I don't have to leave. I could go get a beer from my fridge, walk 8 feet, sit down here, and then drink too much and just literally stand up and fall into my bed after performing. That's not a thing. You all know that performing. You can't do that.
Overloaded sensories attacked by my memories and enemies. Someone threw me another remedy.
2, 1, and then there's always a little lag.
handling this whole situation, and just some of the underlying stupidity that we're just kind of seeing all around. Every time I leave the front door,
Literally just a gallon of 150 proof liquor.
Yeah,
with a splash of glycerin in it.
that's what I did. I literally just put a little bit of glycerin and a shot of aloe vera, and it's 150 proof, stuff from my still vodka.
little shot of glycerin, little shot of aloe vera. Let's see if this don't kill the corona. All right.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Biden's an easy one to hack into because it has to be a simple fucking password for him to remember it. Like just
Biden 2020.
Yeah.
I really think that Joe Biden should go down the route of just being a crazy bastard at this point.
Yeah.
Like, don't even try.
Own it. Own it.
If you're that senile, hey, we got a guest that just came in from the other studio.
Look at that. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be showing my wiener on the.
That'll get you banned from Twitch.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. It won't get this show banned, but it will get the next one.
My sister's tuning in right now. She probably saw that and was like, what the hell? We didn't discuss that before the show. Yeah, that was it. That was the couple songs. So yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, Mr. Kenyon.
You didn't owe me $20.
I didn't know if I should laugh or cry at that, man.
That's the beauty of music. You can do whatever you feel.
I felt it was very well lyrically composed. I think the instrumentals are sound. I think you got a hell of a career in music ahead of you.
I hope so, because I got nothing else going on.
I'll say right before you started, comments started rolling in from Mr. John Spoor.
Yeah.
Is that the genetic jackhammer, Ryan Kenyon? You know, Orange Man bad. So we don't want to look at that side of the coin.
Anytime there's a political argument on Facebook, I start typing furiously. And I'm just like, oh man, I have a good point. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to shelve this. I'm not going to deal with this right now.
Yeah, that's what he's doing in Corona time. And what the fuck are you doing here?
Hickory? I'm not sure what just happened. It looked like someone just gagged and dragged Hickory off camera. I don't know what to do, so I'm going to do my set.
Other animal other than human that has sex for pleasure. And I feel like we're just pleasure seekers here. We just trying to fuck in the USA, whether it's fuck in a nice way or fuck people over. So I'm going dolphin.
Then I was like, oh shit, I need to sign on right now. And so I didn't get a chance to take my pants off.
Freezing his nuts off on this pantless night on the show tonight. We have your case, Santa versus the Supreme Court, 1972.
Oh, that was a fun one.
Yeah,
boy, did I get fucked up in the hotel.
I know, Santa. I always rooted for you on that one. I mean, how many malls do you go to and you happen to have your pants off once and the kid sits on you?
That's all it takes. There's
That's
always one party pooper in every group.
I hear you, Santa. Well,
I just wanted to show my appreciation real quick to Santa for keeping the streak of non-pants wearing guests.
The news would be like the missiles land in Syria today. But first, Bernie has a new tie.
Bernie with a pair of colorful socks and wearing his
You know what I'm saying? In this Vermont, everybody will wear that shit.
Wearing his water
They
walkers.
don't give a fuck. Hey, that's Bernie. We'll wear whatever the fuck he got on.
That's right.
With some Birkenstocks.
I have a question. I thought, like, if a dog bites a human, they're supposed to put him down.
Not major.
The human? I don't know if we're allowed to talk about the White House stuff like that, GW. Joe Biden's broken foot reveals how different his White House will be from Donald Trump's. I'm like, what? Oh, I don't understand what implored you guys to write.
I don't understand. I don't know what that means.
Millennials that are doing this are going to be all the ones with the blue shells in a couple of years. They're going to be like, yeah, I'm not in first, but guess what? I got all this Bitcoin and hanging out. I come to the co-op trying to use my Bitcoins to buy avocados.
Fire. Not keep living in this horrible, horrible past we created. It's like, our day's gonna come. It's like, not if we're all fucking systematically suppressed. I mean, let's move on.
Should have voted for Trump.
I thought that was a great one to end
Still accurate. It's still, yeah.
Well, I hope you guys appreciated that. We'll keep the show moving right along. Welcoming to our spotlight stage, a very, very funny man and a man who admitted that he should have voted for Trump on our show, which was probably one of the funniest moments of season one. Welcoming our spotlight stage, Mr. Kevin McTaggart.
Yeah. That was only a few weeks ago, but I still feel that way. Sometimes, just sometimes. I start a new job next week. And I have some advice for if you're going to interview for a job. One thing when you're interviewing for a job, you need to figure out, or you need to block out from saying the phrase, "I just want more money." When it comes to questions. Yeah. Never during the interview mention, "I just want more money." Like, why do you want this position? More money. Never say that. Because you won't get more money. You won't get the job. I mean, you may not get the job anyway. But one tip is just don't say that phrase. It's just important. I didn't say that phrase in my last interview, so I got the job, so that was good. And it's more money. And why did I want the job? Because I needed more money. But you never say that. Never say that. Let's see what else. I wanted to tell this story. I was thumb scrolling through TikTok one night, like everybody does. Stop lying.
Guilty.
Yeah, right. And you see like stuff, like clips of movies and stuff. And I saw a clip of this movie. I'll just describe the scene and then I'll get into more detail. I saw this couple visiting a zoo, and they threw a fish at the ugliest walrus I ever saw. And I'm like, what is this? I need to Google this. I looked in the comments to see what the movie was, what the title of the movie was, and I Googled it, and never Google the movie Tusk. It will send you down a wormhole you wish you never. Holy shit! Like I saw so many clips of that movie. It was scary. It scared me. Like going to some old guy's house for something. I'm like, who hasn't done that before? I'm like, it was awful. It was traumatizing. And then, like, I thought the only way that I could like get rid of this awful feeling from the movie is like watch the movie. Don't do that. Don't do that. I watched the movie, and the main character. Well, I'm gonna spoil it for you. The old guy mutilates this guy and turns him into a human walrus. That's who the walrus was. First of all, before I go on, Justin Long deserved an Oscar for that. Seriously. But it was a movie. He played a character. He was a comedian who had a podcast. So it struck a chord with me. Like, it's why I quit my podcast, quite frankly. The movie Tusk. The movie Tusk is why I quit my podcast. Like, people hate TikTok because of the vile comments that you get. Like, you can get abused verbally by the people in the comments. You know, there's a bunch of pedophiles on TikTok too, apparently. And I'm leaving TikTok because of the movie Tusk. That's why I'm leaving. That's Kevin Smith made much better movies when he was fat. Or fatter. Sorry, fatter. He's like yeah, he's like one of those fat people that lost weight, but you still can't tell. But yeah, just oh my god, yeah, that movie fucking traumatized me. Holy fucking shit! That was on so many levels, and like, oh god, terrible fucking movie. Anyway, that's all I've got for me. Let's bring it up to somebody who I was saddened to learn that he's not dead. Ryan.
Surprise!
it's me. I'm back from the dead. All right. Oh man, it's so good to be here. It's so good to be here. I'm stoned to the bone. I'm happy to see everyone. Kevin Tusk, that's a ridiculous movie. That's a ridiculous movie. Have you seen Dunkirk?
No, I haven't seen it yet. Is it any good?
Oh, check it out. It's so good. It should. I mean, needs all the Oscars.
It needs a sequel, is what it needs.
Dunkirk 2, back for more. Back for more what? Okay. Watching that montage made me think, and I want to say I apologize for the song about my dead mother. I didn't mean to make the room uncomfortable and awkward with the song. That was a work in progress, but with being quarantined and everything going on, haven't seen anyone in over a year. That given me more time to reflect and take my art and my songs more serious. So if it's okay, may I use this platform to perform probably one of the first serious songs I've ever written?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you. This is a very rough draft, and just let me know what you guys think. All right. Is the sound coming in good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Clap your hands. I wish you could have sex with relatives. Whoa. I wish you could have sex with relatives. Oh, whoa. I've got a couple cousins that are hot. I wish you could have sex with relatives. Yo, gee, whoa. You know what? The song's gotta go. Whoa! I wish you could have sex with relatives. And that's, probably a song that I shouldn't have, but it's a work in progress.
Oh, it's coming along great.
I like how he
Did it
froze
freeze?
right there.
He froze right there.
Yeah.
There he is. Oh.
Oh,
My connection is awful.
the flash over here.
I don't know if you just crashed the internet there. Right there.
Yeah, sorry. The Wi-Fi is not that good up in hell because I died.
Your router's trying to process what the fuck it just heard.
I know, for real. So yeah, can't wait till the coffee shop's open. That one's gonna be a hit.
I like it.
It had a beat to it. I liked it. It was good.
It was sample. I sampled "Don't Worry, Be Happy" by Bobby McFerrin.
Oh, thank God you said that.
Like, I gotta be honest, I'm not the real genius here, okay? Let's not get it twisted, okay? I leaned on him big time for this song, okay?
Award-winning Bobby McFerrin.
Let's cut the bullshit. That song wouldn't have been shit without Bobby McFerrin, okay?
No, he gets main writing credits and everything. Giving a shout out to Bobby. Bobby, if you're watching, thank you.
And I have to say, the highlights were wonderful to see. And it reminded me of the song you sang during season 1.
Yeah.
And I laughed my ass off. So hard. That was one of the funniest fucking things.
Yeah, I really do need to grow up. I gotta stop writing songs like that. That's
I love it.
Grow up. You have an Instant Pot in the background.
Man, I got some pulled pork coming in there soon. I gotta.
If that doesn't say grown up, I don't know what does.
I cook everything in there. I make I get my water hot for my coffee in the morning. Shout out to Instant Pot.
Ryan, you want to introduce the next
My
spotlight guest?
connection go again?
No, you're good. We're just waiting.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I'm gonna pass it off, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the greatest man ever. Pierre, the Beast Vachon!
Hey, by the way, is it okay if I'm smoking on screen? I don't even know if that's allowed.
Yeah, whatever.
Sweet. So I'm not gonna say shit. I'm just gonna smoke this for like 2 minutes. That way I'll be good and ready for the commentary later. What's up, this is awesome. I get to see you guys all not in person still, so that's great. I feel like right now all comedians are actually secretly happy that they're not at shows with a bunch of people, but they also want to be with people. So it's like being around relatives. So it makes sense that Ryan would write that song, because they always say that comedy is like a big family, which is a bunch of, well, it's kind of accurate, because you got a lot of creepy uncles in comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of those weird, bring you down to the naked touchy basement type people that you're just a little weirded out by in comedy. And like I feel like there's a lot of comedians where roofies are just part of their normal vernacular. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some of that. So I'm kind of happy when I don't have to deal with some of that. On the side note, I loved the I didn't know that Mecca had the fisheye angle on his phone to look like he was in a Missy Elliott video. Like that angle on that phone, I was waiting for him to go, I can't stand the rain, and just start like going into it. By the way, Missy Elliott is the Dick Clark of hip hop. Like, I swear to God, like minus the stroke, she is in every fucking hip hop thing in the world. They're like, well, it's hip hop, we gotta have Missy Elliott in it. Like, I swear to God, she shows up in everything, and I don't know if it's that same line, like the Ryan Seacrest Dick Clark line, but it's the same. That's why I just feel like she's the Dick Clark of hip hop. She's in every time I see a song, it's like, oh, it's a hip hop song, so Missy Elliott has to be in the back making pancakes or something, or wearing her trash bag outfit from '98 or whatever. So a little bit about my week. This week has been kind of wild, just because I can't say specifically, but because I don't want to get in trouble, because I'm something big might happen if I'm lucky. But a major network has been doing interviews with me to be on a show on said network. Now I'm keeping it vague because I haven't signed anything yet, but I've been going through the casting process through Zoom. And that is some weird shit right now. I've been doing acting work for years, but Zoom auditioning with casting directors is the weirdest shit that I have encountered. And Collen, I know you're doing a lot of acting work too, so but I have this casting. I had to go through like a pool of casting directors from this network because they're interested in bringing me on for a show that they have coming up. And so I've been doing these auditions. Well, my problem is I'm way too fucking relaxed at my own home. And I don't think about the fact that I'm auditioning. So I'm sitting in my boxers and I forget I did this. And luckily the casting director, the first one, was super cool because I literally I thought the button wasn't working. I thought I was off. Like the room hadn't opened up yet. I was just in my boxers with a shirt and tie on because I knew I would be sitting. And I was standing working on the computer, and it looked like the room was off. And it wasn't, because my crotch was right in camera line in the boxers. And when I sit back down, there's the casting director in his chair in his office going, hello. Like he didn't say anything, which really bugged me, because I'm like, this asshole knew that my dick was in his face, and he didn't say anything. He just sat there and waited for me to sit down, and I was like, so I did the audition. I'm like, well, if you put your dick in a casting director's face and it's not in person, I doubt I'm going to get the role because it's not like it was a casting couch. That's the most awkward casting couch ever. That's like OnlyFans where you're just begging, which I guess is what OnlyFans really is. OnlyFans is the busking for begging for nudes is really all it is, really. But I turned around and next thing I know, he's talking to me and I moved on to the next casting director, which I was really stoked by. I was like, all right, cool. And then the next casting director, I did the same damn thing. Like I have not learned. I was like, oh, the waiting room. It says waiting. Cool. I'll get up and get a drink of water. And there I am, no pants on. And I just walk up and then I see it pop on and there's my hairy Sasquatch body. Like half of my junk out. Up on screen for the casting director. And this one's a woman. So I don't know how I made it through the second round of casting and not going to HR already. So if I get cast, I'm sure HR will send me a letter immediately explaining what I did wrong. But that's okay. I can live with it. I just got offered a threesome today by two 80-year-old women. Yeah, and that's happened once before, and this time they were way more blatant. I dropped off their groceries doing my grocery delivery, and one old lady looked at me and the other one said, I bet you'd be fun. And I was like, I guess, yes. And one of them pinched my butt and said, you should try us both on for size. First of all, they are both collectively 100 pounds total. And wrinkly. It was like Shar-Pei puppies trying to hump my leg is really what it was. Just I couldn't tell where the wrinkles and the sweat ended and the face ended and began. And but then there was this part of me that wondered if the Wendy's spokeswoman lady, if she yells out, where's the beef while having sex? Where's the beef? That's all I got for me right now, guys. So let's get to the fun of all of us talking at the same time.
Oh yeah, this will take just a minute to switch around here. We got this. Hold on. Oh wow, that was like less clicks than I thought it was going to be. Anyways, welcome guys. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Episode 52. Did any of you think we were going to get it this far?
No.
I'm surprised I've made it this far.
And the worst part is we're keeping the name rolling into season 2, which is kind of depressing. We're hoping to change it after the first quarter. Maybe we won't all be under quarantine by then. There was some great comments early in the show. Just wanted to Dwayne Rhodes said, shake my head. This generation doesn't know the Intimidator. I agree. That's sad. Jason earlier said Blazing Saddles total, talking about Collen's set. Dwayne said, now I'm intrigued. You have a POC on the panel. Can anyone say progress?
We need more black people.
Agreed. So if you want to be on the show and you're a POC, just hit us up. It's there. Jason earlier said to blame Reggie B.
Yeah, please send all complaints to VReggieB. ReggieB@gmail.com.
Dwayne also said, just game material. People in the South are all Einstein and have sex with their relatives. He's talking about Ryan's top 40 hit he's working on. That's where we're going to be in a little while, I think, is that's going to be top 40 material.
Yeah, up in the club having sex with my cousin. Yeah.
Jason said, or Grinder. That was when G-Dubs was talking about OnlyFans and begging for money earlier. And the beautiful assistant says, you're welcome. And thank you, Honey Buns. I really appreciate you. But I had a moment. I'm sorry, I got all pushy. We'll move right into the show. First off, I want to start by asking you guys, it's been a while since, Kevin, you've been on recently, but it's been a while since we've caught up with Pierre or Ryan, and I just wanted to ask how things are going, if you guys think things are getting better, are things getting weirder? How's life been? Ryan, if you want to start.
Things are going good. I'm getting my vaccine on the 10th, so coming up soon, so I'm ready to get out there and get back in it.
I got fully vaccinated. I am fully vaccinated, and it's fun now because I put that on dating sites, and now so I used to be like a 6 or a 4 to 6 range, but now that I'm fully vaccinated, for some reason, women way out of my pay grade are like, "Oh, a clean one," and like getting a hold of me. So that's great.
Still the same sleuth of STDs I had before, but I'm vaccinated for COVID-19.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the alphabet. Yeah, I have hepatitis F. They had too many letters. They had too many, and but I don't have COVID, so you're good.
The other beauty is when they say, "Have you been tested?" You just assume they're talking about COVID. You're like, "Yeah, I'm clean."
Herpes. Who tests for that nowadays?
Yeah. Oh, that old chestnut.
No, this is just a stress rash.
Can I just say, Pierre, I have been thoroughly enjoying your head shaving videos more than I probably should.
Oh, I'll be doing another one tonight, so thank you. Tune in for that.
I look forward to that, my friend. Yeah. This is becoming my nightly grooming thing as well. It's going to be like Macaulay Culkin putting a little...
Well, you know, it's funny because I do that. I do that, and I really do use an old Bowie knife. I've been doing it for years to shave my head. I love it. And the amount of private messages I get from people telling me it's a weird fetish for them now because they're hoping I'm going to cut myself. I'm like, you sadistic bastard. Like, there are people like, I don't want it, but I kind of want to see what happens if you cut yourself. I was like,
bull riding.
I've been cutting my head open in wrestling for 20 years. Like, the last time I cut my head wide open from shaving my head, my ex was in the room and I sold it because I was like, oh, I'm gigging. Oh, I'm bleeding. And I ran around and I puffed my face to make the head bleed more. And I was like, what? And I was covered. And she was like, oh my God. And I was selling that shit for weeks. So if I cut myself on Facebook, it's gonna be a show if that happens. Because I will make sure of it. If I do it, I'm gonna go right across and then I'm gonna Dusty Rhodes that shit. Cutting promos and going the whole time.
You know, Daddy.
Hard times, Daddy. Hard times. Don't have money for a razor. Gotta shave my head with a Bowie knife. Hard times, Daddy.
Hard times is when you gotta shave your head, Daddy, and you ain't got no Bowie knife.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta use a fingernail and you just scrape at it and you feel the sadness as you scrape away the hair because you gotta stay bald. That's hard times, Daddy.
So here's a question that no one has ever asked, or at least that I know of. Do you use a Bowie knife to shave other places?
Yes, I have.
Is it as smooth as your head?
Depends on the week. Really. It depends how much. Now, you got to understand, I don't drink on screen when I'm shaving my head, but by the time I have shaved my head most nights, I am a couple drinks in. So that's part of the excitement. I don't do the lower regions with a Bowie knife unless I have not been drinking, because then that's cool. I don't want to be on that stupidity got me in the ER show. Like, why are you holding one testicle in your hand? I used the Bowie knife to shave my scrotum. And I cut a nut out. Like, I don't want to do that. So
I shaved my right nut clean off, actually.
Yeah. I had put it back on. Put a ping pong ball in there or something.
It's got a solo cup full of ice with a nut in it, but it's still got bourbon at the bottom.
One nut just floating.
You don't have to attach it because I had a vasectomy. Just put it back in there.
Yeah. I already have a vasectomy. I really don't give a shit. Just go for it.
A couple stitches will be fine. And Kevin, just catch up quick. We have seen you recently, but new job. Any other updates?
Nope, that's it. Just a new job. That it was weird interviewing during COVID because both interviews were the first one was over the phone and the other one was over WebEx. So I haven't actually met anyone yet. So Monday should be fun.
That is strange.
Have they asked you for nudes?
Not yet.
Okay. That's usually a warning sign. It might not be the job.
Kevin's like, how do you think I got the job?
So we're going to move right into the next topic. We're going to talk checking in on see how businesses are going up north. I showed the boys earlier, but we are going to share it on the show just so you know what we're talking about. We found this video of a gentleman up north looking for staff, and my God, is the staffing situation getting desperate. Let me pull this up. My one of my coworkers actually shared this with me, and one of my muggle coworkers, not one of my fun coworkers, but shared this with me, and I'm just gonna play it. We'll react to it afterwards. Check this out.
Hey guys,
you guys can hear that fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brian here from McKees Island Pub and Pizza, 513 US Route 2, South Hero, Vermont. So we're looking for some shift coverages here. We've got front and back of the house available, and lots of hours to go. So people keep asking me, when are we going to be open full time again? Well, the answer to that question is when we get some people that can come in to work, because the people who are working here currently are working a lot of hours. And there's a lot of people who aren't working right now who should be working right now. So if you need a job and you want to get back to being a American, come on down. Job. You know what we got? Jobs. You know what made America great? The working middle class. You need an extra job? You need a job? Come see me. I got jobs. I can't get open full time unless we get some people in here. I need waiters, I need bartenders, I need food runners, I need cooks, I need everything. Stop collecting free money from the government and come in and get a job, because this is what America is all about. And that's how you make America great again. Get back to work. Get America back on her feet. Stars and Stripes, Collen. Vermont. Get a job.
Hold on. I have a question.
Yes.
From the past. I did not know that making America great again meant having a shitty minimum wage job in a small town where you will probably not get tipped and groped by fucking dumb rednecks. I did not know.
That guy looks like his staff. Like nobody wants to work for him because he seems like the kind of guy you can call and be like, "Hey, I can't come into work. Like, my grandmother died," and he'd be like, "Oh, okay, whatever, buddy. See you fucking job when you come back."
Yeah,
I like how he talks about his fucking minimum wage job like it's fucking middle class.
Yeah,
like you're fucking lower class at best.
Yeah. Nobody's
middle class, like a food runner. Okay.
Yeah. Nothing says climbing the corporate ladder like sitting behind a bar and throwing whiskey at fucking drunk rednecks who are just complaining that they could get it cheaper at the Legion. What the fuck?
And that's coming from an asshole that doesn't I don't have a fucking job. And I would rather suck
you
dick
hipster communist
for that guy.
Well, send him your resume. He'll get you a job.
He's got jabs.
The thing is, I know what Ryan was thinking when he put this out at Ryan's Pizza Pub or whatever he called it in South Hero. South Hero, for those of you who don't know, is an island, by the way, in the middle of Lake Champlain. Yeah. It's not okay. It's an island. So I know what he was getting at, like get a job, but all I heard in my head was like, there's free money and I can be making money not bartending.
Yeah.
Now,
There's
that's
a government handout
way fucking better. Like, you got to tell me, be Star Spangled Bannered. I will be Star Spangled Bannered like you never even seen before.
I loved his bad pro wrestling style hacksaw Jim Duggan point behind him. With his
Get a hold of that guy, challenge him to a match.
Yeah.
Yeah, That was what I was thinking when I was watching it. He's gonna pull out a fucking 2x4 like USA, USA.
That guy would never be a wrestler. Because he won't do the job.
Let me tell you something, brother. When the Iron Sheik comes to my pizza restaurant, he will be shut down and thrown out and hung under the stars and stripes, and I'll tell him to get a job where he came from.
The worst part, I have worked for guys like this, and he is the type of guy that will brag about shit he bought in the same voice that he tells you that you can't get a raise because he doesn't have enough money.
Yeah. Well, that's what's funny to me is like if I own a restaurant, right? He says he's doing pizza and pizza bar, right? And he's like, I need a bartender. I need this. It's like, what are you doing, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
You got all these fucking jobs, and you're the proprietor. Why don't you fucking start bartending and start making some pizzas?
I'm doing dishes and delivery. I can't do this. I'm overwhelmed by my job.
I need some jobs here.
The other thing is, like you said, Colin, South Hero has 30 people in it. So you can't have them all work for you and have them patronize your establishment.
Exactly.
30 of them have bad resumes. So I mean,
exactly. Yeah, most of them you've thrown out of your establishment for not paying the bill. So why the fuck
you work your tab off for your job?
Yeah,
exactly.
I think he's
in theory. Just me playing his video on the show got him more views than his entire town. I never felt like a big deal until now, guys. Thank you. I'm glad we got that perspective.
There's no restaurant, and I know the restaurant industry well enough. You can't have a restaurant that you literally need a food runner, a bartender, a head chef, a fucking waiter. Like, you need an accountant next. Like, you have a business. Like, what are you doing?
He actually doesn't have a pizza shop. He just drove by a shut down one. He's squatting. It's really what it is.
The South Hero Pizza
If I
Hut.
tell everyone I can give them jobs, I'll get them in here, and then we'll start the new business.
How little staff do you have? He's like, I need someone to go clean the bathrooms. After the last guy shit all over the place, all right? I need fucking help over here.
Someone to do trivia. I need live entertainment, a weekend band.
I need somebody to design my logo. I need someone to come up with a name for my business.
Someone to manage my social media.
I need someone to somehow figure out the clicking sound that's coming from what I think is my front differential. Okay,
And all these jobs for $7.25 an hour.
I need someone who knows how to make pizza.
Grease traps back up.
He's like, I need somebody with a dough recipe.
I need vegetables and cheese. I need shit. Okay.
Somebody knows how to
mozzarella.
Like what I want to know is like the follow-up video that has to do with like the sexual sexual assault allegations against him.
Yeah.
Like the reason he can like systematically not employ people.
Do you like homophobic slurs and maybe getting broken inappropriately? Come on up to South Hero Pizza because he's got jobs and offensive material.
I'm in.
Last quick to ask me for a raise, I got him in a fucking headlock.
And that right there, my friend, was probably the most perfect segue ever, because we're going to move right into talking about The Rock versus Stone Cold. The best WrestleMania or an even better presidential run. I pulled up this adorable article where there's 46% of Americans would like to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson run for president. And I thought this would be a funny chat for us. In the article, they say, how does President Dwayne Johnson sound? A piss play poll. Pipplesplay?
Did you just say piss play?
I did. Totally say piss play. And we're going to keep that.
I'm intrigued. Piss play?
A piss play poll published in Newsweek said 46% of Americans would like to see The Rock run for the White House. Johnson has hinted at a possible presidential run before and isn't saying no now. quote, I don't think our founding fathers ever envisioned a 6'4", bald, tattooed, half black, half Samoan, tequila drinking, pickup truck driving, fanny pack wearing a guy joining their club. But if it ever happens, it might be an honor to serve you, the people, the actor said. Former professional wrestler said on Instagram over the weekend. And first off, I wanted to say, are you allowed to be president if you try to rip off Ric Flair like that? The 6'4", bald, tattooed, half black, half Samoan. He just didn't rhyme. Other than that, it was a Ric
He's
Flair
250 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal, and he wants to run your country.
And what's crazy is that he calls himself on the fanny pack, right? Like as if that's like something. He's like, you know what I mean? Like a guy who's tattooed and drives a truck, but also wears a fanny pack. Oh,
well, I can answer that. I can answer that for a reason. All of us in professional wrestling have fanny packs.
That's where you
go. Okay.
It is actually a thing. It is really a thing, and here's why. Because we used to all, when I first got in the business, we all showed up in fucking Zubas or sweatpants, and we didn't have pockets. And you're carrying your gear bag. You wanted to put your money somewhere you could get to it. So all the old workers, especially in the 80s and 70s, 80s, and 90s, wore fanny packs to the arenas. So that's where the fanny pack comes in. But when you don't explain that, it sounds really fucking stupid.
It sounds really weird.
Like, who are you, my father at Disney World right now?
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's actually on ROH, they used to have the ants, the army ants, the wrestlers.
Yeah.
And one of his old gimmicks was he came down to the ring rolling a wheelie bag and had a fanny pack on. And everyone was like, what the fuck is that? He goes, worker ant, because we call wrestlers. So he was a worker ant. Yeah. But if you don't tell people, the general public, that, and just say you're going to wear a fanny pack, that does sound a little fucked up.
Well, and it's like you're showing up to Venice Beach to like pump some iron, and you got this like little tank and, like you said, like little spandex shorts. But then I have my fanny pack on just because, you never know. I need a protein shake.
And right on time, Jason comments in, woo!
Nice. Why does Jason's profile picture look like he's about to go shoot Wyatt Earp at Tombstone?
Yeah, that's a good look. He looks like he's going to have a girl tied up to a train track screaming about the rent.
That face looks like he's in the piss play.
Love you, Jason. 5 seconds away from Chris Hansen coming out and saying, "Hey, have a seat."
Thank you for watching the show, Jason. We love you, by the way.
Love you, buddy.
We love you, Jason.
But I thought this might be a cool opportunity for you guys to talk about if you were to fantasy book a presidential election. Let's say not the next one. Let's say like 2028 or 2032, and you got to book anybody for the match that is the two people running for president. Who would you guys choose? Because to be honest, I'm just here to see the debates. I really want to see the debate where The Rock looks somebody square in the face and it's just like, it doesn't matter what your fucking platform is. I just want to see that type of shit, You got something, G-Dubs?
Yes. I want to see Jesse Ventura run for president before he dies. I loved what he did to Minnesota. And I think that all the crazy alien shit and conspiracy theories aside, I think he would be a great president.
Yep.
I'm going to throw this out there. Not even The Rock. I want to see Honky Tonk Man and Tony Atlas run against each other.
Okay, against each other? I was going to say who's president, who's vice.
No, better yet, yes, put them together. Because after having Honky do a live show and after having him appear for a live show and his 30-minute weird racist rant, where he just used every racist slur, explaining that, we used to call them all. We're like, oh,
because I'm not racist.
Right. Yes. So I think that would be great. I want him to cut those promos on up there with Tony as his vice president just staring at him. I think that would be a great run.
Kevin, what about you? Who would you want to see fantasy booked for? And of course, we're not just a prelude. We're not being serious. I don't really want to see the Stone Cold versus The Rock for the president. But if it happened,
you don't.
I mean, maybe at this point it couldn't be worse than what we're dealing with.
Headed towards.
I was totally serious about seeing Jesse Ventura being president.
Oh no! I agree, but he's also proven his track record in politics.
I think Hogan versus Rock for
there you go
president would be electric.
The most electrifying presidential race ever.
Yeah, right. I was there, dude, at Capitol Hill, brother, when I lifted that legislative ball and I took that and I threw it in there, brother.
Let me tell you, brother. When all the Congress maniacs come to see the Hulkster.
Ooh, Macho Man.
Play sky's the limit. Oh yeah.
Yes, we'll dig him up from the grave.
Yeah, dead wrestlers. Because
Macho Man.
Yeah, I would live to see the Ultimate Warrior just do one of his nonsensical promos for 30 minutes.
My God.
And I don't know what he said, but I kind of want to vote for him.
I have no idea what his policies are, but God, he's captivating.
Yeah, exactly. Rise!
They gotta put a set of ropes up against the front of the stage so he could just stand there and fucking shake the shit out of it.
Yeah, right.
I remember Macho Man was on an episode of Baywatch, and it was just like the most fascinating thing I'd ever seen in my life. Like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
That episode of Baywatch, they had Vader, Sid Vicious, Macho Man, Hulk. They had a whole group of them because they were doing a cross promotion with WCW.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
Yeah, they had to save an orphanage by having a wrestling show or some shit.
Exactly.
That's always one of those gimmicks.
It was a very realistic situation.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw the Tom Cruise COVID freak out tape where he came in and two people didn't have a mask on. It was on the Mission Impossible, whatever it is that they're doing.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
Right? But it's hilarious, and he goes to the roof. And I just like the idea of Tom Cruise running for president, because if Tom Cruise ran for president, he would take it extremely serious. You know what I mean? And be like, you gotta understand. The Rock does not have a full understanding of what it's going to take to run this country. I do. I've been working with the legislation. I have been working with Congress. I have been working with insurance companies, okay, to ensure that this country is going to run smoothly.
I think I do think a Scientologist as president wouldn't be any weirder than the other shit we've dealt with. Like, really.
I think that's more possible than having a Jewish president.
Yeah.
I imagine the rebuttal is just like, Tom, I'm going to take your policy platform, turn it sideways, stick it right up your candy ass.
And Kevin and I think we could see John Taffer being president of the United States.
He's teased it a couple times.
Oh, he should. I mean,
you're spending half the country's fucking budget. Shut it down.
He would be great because you could just call it government rescue.
Yeah,
and have him bring in his 3 fucking experts who you've never heard of, but apparently they're world renowned.
Senator Brian Duffy.
And have them come in and clean up. This is John. I'm also bringing in my 2 best friends, an accountant, and a carpenter, and then they're going to fix Congress. And then redo the White House in 24 hours so it looks like a fucking corporate weird TGI Fridays bar.
When it was time to pass the bill, he was overwhelmed.
As a side note, on that same article, they also said that other Hollywood stars that Americans would like to see run for president included Angelina Jolie at 30%, Oprah Winfrey at 27%. I don't know if she's going to be able to give out free prizes like she does on her show, guys. Tom Hanks, 22%, and Will Smith, 21%. And,
do these percentage of people realize how a terrible idea it is for all of these people to entertain political office?
Yeah.
But The Rock says
We've hit literally rock bottom, like with our government. Like literally.
Well, he's going to lay the smack down in the Middle East, and it would be ironic that if a man who made his career out of beating up other men was the most peaceful president we've ever had.
I gotta be honest. Like with The Rock, though, he's kind of your best person to be in place for foreign policy and things like that. Like he shows up, he meets President Xi Jinping in China. He's like, "There's two ways we could do this, right? The easy way, the hard way. Both ways involve me probably popping your fucking head right off your shoulders." Ball's in your court. All right. What do you want to do?
I also watched. I saw that A&E has been coming out with a series of pro wrestling biographies, and they had Steve Austin's and Rock was on it this past week. And this is the transformation that I realized happened.
Look at
he's like 3 times the size he was of when he won WrestleMania against Steve Austin. Like no joke. Of course, you know, a presidential nominee would never leverage super physiological hormones.
No, his presidential candidacy will be sponsored by D-Ball.
Jason commented in and said Gordon Ramsay.
Because he's British.
Yeah.
Although it would be entertaining because from what I hear, the British and American edits of how his show go are completely different. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but I've heard that the American version, he just berates people, and in the British version, he's like, they cut together all the kind comments instead. Yeah. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds about right for the rage bait that we need for clicks here in America. Yeah, we got one more. You guys are good on time, right? We're not running a little over.
It is after 7, but I don't know.
It's up to you, Kevin. If you gotta go, I'm not upset.
Actually,
man.
yeah, I gotta go.
Okay, Kevin, thank you so much for being here, brother.
Bye, Kevin. Love you, buddy.
Bye, Kevin.
Yeah, I love you guys too. Bye.
Love you. Have a good night. Okay. Well, his thing's just gonna stay up in the middle. It actually works the way I built this overlay. I'm pretty happy with that. The last subject we were going to talk about real quick was actually one that Kevin brought up, which is kind of ironic that he failed. But we got Disney getting too woke. Say it ain't so. And he shared an article that went viral a little while ago about let me show this. Tons of fun over here. Thanks that
John Lovitz. Really good to see him.
He says,
I got stung by a bee.
He says, I love Disney World, but wokeness is ruining the experience. He said, the more Disney moves away from the values and visions of Walt Disney, who might have been a devout anti-Semite, the less Disney World means to be.
Walt Disney was an anti-Semite.
Yeah, he totally was. In the editor's note, they say the Orlando Sentinel posted this column on Friday, which provoked quite a bit of controversy, some praise, and a lot of criticism. That sounded like they were just trying to say everything there, including the pointed tweet from Democratic State Rep Anna V. Akamani, who represents Orlando. Quote, so this adult man from Las Vegas is mad about Disney removing racist characters and animatronic rapists from their rides. Did I get that right? Here's the original column. And basically, he goes on to say that that Disney means less and less the more they lean into taking away characters and this and that.
Well, what ones have they specifically taken away so far? Like what big ones? I haven't really paid attention to Disney World.
George W. Bush.
No, the rabbit one. The rabbit when he goes into the form patch.
Brer Rabbit.
Yep.
That's been pulled actually from Disney Plus, and I think they're getting rid of the ride.
Well, when
Uncle Remus?
I just want to know when they're going to do the Song of the South section of Disney World.
So Disney proclaims Splash Mountain must change because of its association with Song of the South. Disney owns Splash Mountain, so it can do what it wants, but if Disney screams at the top of its corporate voice, which is pretty loud, that is changing to appease a certain political point of view, Now every time I look at that ride, I'm thinking about politics. And I part of me thinks this guy is just a fat bitch for complaining. The other side of me understands and says, why the fuck is every corporation trying to politicize stuff?
Well,
especially
Disney is a place for fucking kids, first of all, predominantly.
Exactly.
So they don't give a shit. They're not paying attention to, this stuff. So they're not going to be mad if a weird racist character is not there anymore. It's really it's just a weird, it just depends on what level you're like. Peacock started removing a bunch of stuff from WWE on their network because Peacock now owns WWE Network. They started removing questionable matches and different stuff. And so it kind of goes that same line of where's your limit? What do you think the limit is? I can't think of that much that's horrifically over the top racist or crazy that I remember from Disney World, but I haven't been there since I was 8. So I don't know. I don't even know what's there anymore.
And it's interesting, the things that I've seen that Disney has canceled lately have been we're getting rid of Pepe Le Pew.
Right.
Because he's hands-on. We're going to take
rapey.
Yeah. We're going to take Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam's guns.
The gun thing I don't get.
No, me too. I think firearm education should probably come back, and that might solve a lot of the issues that we're experiencing nowadays.
Hey, GW just came back out of Narnia.
Sorry.
Speaking of pro wrestlers, GW just smashed through a fucking brick wall.
Yes, he did.
Call me the Shockmaster.
Oh,
could you please yell "Snap it to a Slim Jim"?
Slim Jim.
Oh
There you
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I tell you what I'm going to do, brother. I'm going to go backstage and do a fat line of coke. I'm going to cut the meanest fucking promo you've ever seen.
Then I'm going to bitch slap Miss Elizabeth.
So I say this because I find it ironic that we're canceling Pepe, right? And this is what's going on in Space Jam 2 right now. This right here is a photo of these are the characters from A Clockwork Orange. And I know that Space Jam 2 was supposed to be have all these inter-character spotlights and this and that, but they got rid of the scene with Pepe Le Pew to inject dudes who actually sexually assault somebody in the movie.
Yeah, in the first 5 minutes of the movie. There's a rape scene, if I remember.
All I can think is every time I hear Singing in the Rain, all I can think about is a dude in a white suit with a cane kicking some chick in the stomach.
Yeah.
While singing and happy and gleeful. And I'm like, wait, so we got rid of the Pepe scene, but we had to interject the guy from A Clockwork Orange. I have no idea how that film ended up in the Disney universe, but I'm concerned.
It's Warner Brothers. They're completely different. They're weird.
Okay.
They're like the meth head cousin of Disney. They let them do whatever.
Okay.
Yabba dabba do it.
So I was wrong by assuming they were the same entity there.
You were thinking of Roger Rabbit, where they had the both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That happens. I claim to be underwhelming, so this shouldn't be a surprise for the audience. When you have in your name, that means that you should be allowed a little bit of leniency.
That's actually the most brilliant strategy you could have possibly done in creating this show. Is now you have set your bar low enough that who gives a fuck?
Exactly.
You could get away with whatever and just say, "Well, I'm underwhelming."
Yep.
You have watched that to this point. What else are you expecting?
Speaking of which, next week we move into season 2.
Woo!
Yes. Oh, Ryan just dropped out. Ryan, I hope you're all right, my friend. If
I
you're
feel
not,
like we're in a weird murder horror movie right now. People are just dropping out from their Zoom calls, and we're all just like, "Are they okay?"
Are we playing Clue?
Maybe Ryan is a ghost, and we lost
the shadow creatures got him.
Yeah. Maybe you can only be on Wi-Fi so long as a super terrestrial being. I don't know. But we wanted to announce that next week we'll be moving into season 2 of the Drunken Under Quarantine show, which kind of sucks that it's still the Drunken Under Quarantine
Congratulations,
show.
guys.
Thank you, sir. We didn't rename it, but we are switching dates and times. We'll be on we'll be on Wednesdays at 8 instead of Mondays at 6. So next Monday, if you show up on the show to watch us at 6, there'll be nothing there, and you'll be fine and confused. But there will be a post stating that we are. Oh, Ryan's back. Okay.
Hey!
Yeah, just doing a disappearing trick.
That was a phenomenal illusion, my friend. We were honestly debating over whether ghosts have a certain amount of time they can spend on Wi-Fi.
And now, gentlemen, I have to get out of here. I got to get out of here, gentlemen. It's my turn. I have to head out.
Pierre, thank you for joining us, my friend.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you.
We'll be in touch. Well, that pretty much sums up the show. I know. It's sad to see. It's been a whole year. We've done 52 weeks of this goddamn show, and I'm still having a great time doing it. And I hope those out there that follow are having a great time watching. So we're going to sally forth.
So let's reiterate the time change.
Yes, we will be on Wednesdays at 8 from here on out. So next week, there will be no show on Monday. Moving to Wednesdays at 8. We have a decent, a pretty good lineup going on for the early season. But next week, we'll be back at 8 o'clock on Wednesday with John Spohr for episode 1. And sorry, were you going to say something, G-Dubs?
No, just episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1. From 52 to 1. We reset the clock, and hopefully next season goes as well as this one. If we improve half of what we did over this past season over the next season, we'll have a decently polished show by the time season 2 is over. Because I got to say, when I went through and looked all the edits and took all those clips from the early stuff, I was like, oh my God, the show has improved tenfold. It's been wild what we've done in a year.
Video. I love the opening and the way you have the display. It's great.
Thank you.
It's always fun to come. It's always fun to come and be a little silly.
Yeah, Rad. We'll be in touch. We'll be in touch soon about booking your first spot for season 2. I'm very excited. Jason said, "Why the change in day and time?" Partly due to the beautiful assistant. I mean, partly we wanted to go later. We feel like, or at least I feel like, and don't let me speak for the boys, but I feel like that 6 o'clock on a year where things are going to open back up is a little bit early.
We hope.
Yes, and hoping things. Let's go. Let's say this: we're rolling into season 2, anticipating that things are going to be mildly back to normal by the end of it. Meaning, in that a full year from now, that bars and restaurants will be open, comedy club will be back or rocking, and we realize that 8 o'clock is a better time, especially with our type of content. The fact that we are sometimes brash and a little bit vulgar. 8 o'clock seemed like a better time. It's not quite late night because, G-Dubs has got school and Collen and I have work because I do rock a muggle life. But that and Wednesdays, because it was really messing up. The beautiful assistance of my weekend was kind of getting messed up with Mondays. And we tried it. We did it for a full year, and we just decided to change was appropriate. But I wanted to address that for anybody questions, and I hope that works out for the audience. G-Dubs, do you have anything you want to reflect on?
I just want to say thank you to you, Kyle. I'm going to drop the pretense of...
No, that's quite all right.
Thank you to you for inviting me to be a part of this show and letting me hang out with my friends every week. Either new friends or established friends like Ryan. And you and Collen have really made this past year something special for me, where I've had something to look forward to, which in a bleak year, it means everything to me. So
thank you, brother. We love you. At least I do. I'm not going to speak for Collen.
I love it. I love you guys.
He's growing on me, you know. He's growing on me. No, I love you guys, and that's a excellent point, GW. I mean, to me, like just watching the recap tonight, it is cool to think like we kind of documented this year in a way that it's like from the spring through all the way to Christmas, and the whole thing with the Santa thing with Pierre was hilarious. And it's just funny to like kind of like in retrospect look back and be like, this was something that was great to be able to communicate with. Moving forward, we hope that the Wednesday 8:00 is a nice way to break up people's weeks at home if they're not going out. And then hopefully, moving into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, hope to have live programming back up on its feet in the state and around the country, So, and this is a great platform too to be able to communicate with people that sometimes might be a little bit farther out of our reach to connect with in person. So it's like this is a nice place to kind of get together with different comics and musicians and all the different people we've had on the show to check in with them and see how things are going.
John Spore commented in R.I.P. Ryan. So nice to submit a live pre-recorded feed of his participation in this episode. With that,
like Marlon Brando in Superman Returns.
With that, I wanted to thank you, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you guys again. This was great. It's good to catch up with everyone and see how.
Thank you for being.
We're still young and handsome and funny, so I mean, we got the world by the balls, guys.
Thank you for being one of the regulars. We really appreciate it, man. We love that the VCO boys have been on regularly. We really, really look forward to seeing them. Not that we don't look forward to every guest, but Ryan, Pierre, and Kevin are special.
The Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. I almost wore my Shark Tank shirt.
I didn't know there was a special Shark Tank shirt.
It's not. I bought it off of Amazon. It's a picture of a shark.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, is the VCO logo but red? Because that'd be pretty appropriate.
We'll work on that.
Because of mass destruction.
So, big thanks to all you guys yet again. Wednesday at 8. We'll be back next week with John Spore on episode 1, and I'll be releasing a flyer. We're waiting on a couple messages back from other guests before we'll start releasing a monthly flyer for the show for season 2. And also we'll keep doing all the same things that we've been doing this season with a couple additions. We have awesome music that's been produced by my good friend Jake Barretto. He's been working hard, and we got some awesome music, some new intros, new overlays, and some special segments that we're going to be working on. So very excited for season 2. I'm glad we got to celebrate season 1 with all the boys this week. It brings, I don't want to get all sad. It's nice to have the boys on, and I will cheers to that.
Cheers.
Ryan, would you like to say anything before I wrap on up and we get the fuck out of here?
Thanks again. This is great. Can't wait to see you all soon, and stay tuned for season 2.
Get a job.
Get a job.
I'm just glad that my magic works so well that I brought a post life being back to the life to come on the show.
Oh man, it's gonna feel like this is like Reanimator or something.
That's why I didn't perform earlier. Is it's actually so draining of my powers to have the hologram of Ryan playing on the camera in my kitchen. It's really exhausting the shit out of me. I'm surprised I've been able to go this long. That's why it cut out earlier, is because I got like my sobriety level dipped just a little bit. It was like
floating around a purgatory right now.
G-Dubs, thank you, brother. I absolutely love you, my friend.
Loves you.
And Colin, thank you, brother. I love you.
Love you guys.
It's crazy we made it this far. Anyways, that's all we got for this episode, guys. It's been episode 52. Holy shit, we made it a whole year. And yeah, I don't really have words for it other than I love you guys. Thank you, people at home, for joining in, following, for watching clips on YouTube and for reacting to the show and leaving us comments, and even some people messaging in and saying, "Hey, you should talk about this." And it's been absolutely incredible to support local comedy. And next season we have a pile. We'll be having a lot of guest favorites or watcher favorites, but we'll also be having some new guests on that'll be very exciting. And yeah, I'm excited about season 2. I'm almost debating on playing the season 2 outro credits at the end of the show as a little teaser for those who made it this far. But I, of course, am Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. Please follow Collen at Collen D and at Woolen Mill Comedy on all the available platforms. Please follow GW Foley at Foley Kills. Please follow Kevin McTaggart at McTaggart Attack and Pierre Vachon at Pierre the Beast. Way down there. And as always, I'm Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. I love all you guys. Thank you for being here. Please remember to stay safe, stay drunk, stay underwhelming. Most importantly, in these trying times, stay sane and, try to love your neighbor. These are going to be the outro credits. So this is a little bit of taste of what season 2 has to bring. Thank you, guys.
And so I didn't get a chance to take my pants off.